I have no fucking clue what happened in this movie.
Great start.
It is a wizarding mess. At least the first
beautiful
act.
wizarding mess. Though.
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
It's a beautiful wizarding mess. It is incoherent. The pacing is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It just goes from little whimsical Fantastic Beasts part to Fantastic Beasts part until they say, fuck the Fantastic Beasts, let's just forget about the whole name of the film. And then, so I don't know about you guys, but I was confused during that first act.
There was a lot of sudden reveals that kind of felt cheesy because they're like, oh, by the way, this character is this person, and then this person is this person, and you didn't know about this, but now they're this person.
Well, that's in the third act.
Yeah.
But the first act for me, it felt really contrived. It felt like, they're just really forcing this world to match up with the Harry Potter world. And really shoving a lot of the magic in your face. And I don't know, it just didn't come off genuine for me. Or it's like, it does pick up right where the last one left off.
Third act.
Yeah. So I pretty much appreciate that. You probably want to watch the first one, then watch this one like immediately because I was missing some details. It basically felt like I was reading a book and I started reading the book halfway in. Okay, maybe it's because I'm a muggle and I don't have the magic of the wizards.
No way. I felt the same way too.
Okay.
I felt like everything was
Thank you for saying that, Joe.
convoluted. A lot of stuff was being jam packed. But yet it's 2 hours and 30 minutes long. It's a long movie, but they're just trying to cram everything so they could move on to the next.
And the storytelling was kind of poor. There was entire scenes where I didn't know what was going on. I looked over and you didn't. And the people next to me were loud, like, I don't know what's happening. Good. And then there was a scene where the characters were staring at each other, and for no reason at all, kind of telling you what's happening because there's like this nonsense character that doesn't matter that like says nothing other than, hey, what's happening? And then the bad guy explains like why they're doing things and what's going on because they couldn't figure out a way to
Once they get to
us.
that cemetery or that tomb, it's exposition central essentially. We're not going to spoil anything here. We're going to have a big long spoiler section because we got a lot talked about there. But I will say, so we gave you a little bit of negative. I will say, at least for me, in that third act, things picked up. It found its footing. That's where the magic of this film was. And yes, they dropped the Fantastic Beasts storyline by then, and they focused more on the other namesake, the crimes of, what's his name, Griswold or something like that?
Grindelwald.
Grizzlebrand.
Wally World.
Yeah.
Close
yes.
enough.
So, and I thought that, I said, wow, this is a villain that I think has better motivation, is more complex, and you can kind of see his point more so than either he who shall not be named.
Oh, definitely. He's definitely like a really good, and if it's a time period too, like he's a demagogue, right? He's getting all these people rallied up against all of the muggles, and you believe that people want to join him.
I want to join him.
I want to join him too because
wizard Nazis.
If you take it from that point of view, he is saying that, well, why does this guy want to kill all the humans? Well, he's like, this is going to happen. This happens in the real world, right? You've got the Muggle world and you have the wizard world, and obviously they went through a first war. They went through the World War I, and he's like, this can happen again. And he, maybe we should save that for spoilers or something, but he shows off, what could happen if he doesn't get his way. And World War II, obviously. And so he has that compelling argument. And that's, you see him starting to convince some of the wizards. And, it's got good motivation there. And you're like, okay, this is going to come to head. This is going to be like a little bit of a civil war between the wizards and battling ideologies. I thought that was fascinating, that part.
That was the part that I really liked, and then there was the rest of the movie.
Yeah. So it was like the last third.
It basically forgot. It's like, oh, this is great. Oh, but we got to do it for the kids. We can't forget about the beast. So let's just tie in some random beast in there.
There's little platypus monsters going to steal something. It's going to be really cute. But then there's a wizard holocaust.
Okay, a lot of that stuff wasn't necessary.
Joe, I don't know what the hell you're talking about this movie being cute at all. in case you forgot, they literally murder a 4-year-old in the film.
He's
right
like-
at the
he's
beginning,
like
within the
2 or
first
3.
5 minutes of the film. Okay, so that's not a spoiler or anything. That just goes to show you the sort of the tone of the film. But it is, frankly, a little confused because you've got some of those parts that you're talking about, the little cute things wanting to steal trinkets and stuff, and essentially a Chinese dragon cat monster.
That's more than I was like talking about. Like he rescues that aspect or that Chinese little dragon monster.
doing his job.
Yeah,
Well,
but
'cause they need it
that was
later
just like
on.
a little sub story. It's like, yeah,
You know that he's not doing anything in the movie unless he needs it later on because of plot armor. He's like, I have to have something that saves me. Oh, yeah, remember when we saved that cat dragon? Cool.
Yeah, there's lots of characters in here, new characters that pop up, and they're kind of just expect you to know who they are, and they factor in very largely into the plot. I don't remember
Who are you talking about?
Lestrange. The
Oh, that's Helena Bonham Carter's character is a little bit of a strange family. They're like you know that they're Death Eaters and they're evil throughout the original Harry Potter books.
Aha, yes, excellent.
Bellatrix.
So now, you see, I haven't read the books. I don't remember much from the Harry Potter films, and I'm trying to take this one on its own universe. So I'm not really talking about the Lestrange legacy. I'm talking about new characters introduced that have massive implications on the plot, and you're just supposed to, roll with it, and the reveal happens so immediately that it's like I felt a little lost.
but they break it down for you at the very end.
Oh, yeah. They definitely do
with
that.
details.
Well, see, that's why I'm
Yeah.
now on board. Now, are you guys, this is essentially, okay, I should say this. They want to do 3 more of these films.
I can see one more.
Are you guys on board for 3 more?
Or maybe just half an hour more of this movie and no more other full movies.
I honestly wanted it, like, I was going to be okay if it ended here. I was like, all right, that's fine. Let's not milk it because this one is already kind of dragging on. It's like, please don't milk it.
And they're going to.
Yeah.
Well, I disagree with you guys completely. I am excited now for the 3rd one. It feels like they're going to throw down. They're taking the gloves off, and we're coming to head here. I want to see Dumbledore in action. I want to see Jude Law has this mannerisms and gentle way about him, and I'm like, just what the fuck? Just go attack this guy, Dumbledore. Apparently you're the best wizard ever, and you're the most powerful guy, and they finally provide an explanation for this. This is something I was wondering from the beginning, from the first film. It's like, well, just get Dumbledore to deal with this shit. Well, they finally explain that, and to me, it's satisfying, and I think it actually ties into some controversy. They didn't want to show Dumbledore in a certain way, but this actually has implications of why he doesn't want to attack that. We'll talk about that in the spoilers.
Yeah, because I think it was hugely unsatisfying the way that they handled that situation and the way that it just kind of challenges your intelligence. Like, look, I know that if you're maybe targeting, this is for people who like the Harry Potter books and even kids, it's like kids are going to be able to see through. It's like, this doesn't make any damn sense. Like, but we'll get there in spoilers.
Okay, so what I think is the conflict that they're setting up between Dumbledore and Griselbrand. What?
Grindelwald.
Grindelwald is a compelling one, is an interesting one. That is what I want to focus on in this pre-Harry Potter world. This doesn't live up to the Harry Potter universe. It don't have that same kind of magical feeling and interest in the characters. Frankly, all these pre-Harry Potter characters in the Fantastic Beasts universe are uninteresting. I don't care about Newt. I don't care about his love interest. I don't care about his brother. I don't care. I kind of think his friend is funny from time to time, but he's not really given much to do here. I think his friend's, girlfriend is incredibly cute, and I wish she was my wifey to be, but that's not going to happen. But, they give her a subplot. They get so many subplots in this film that it almost kind of spirals out of control, and they literally have to drop some subplots that go nowhere. There's a particular ministry sort of assassin who is on a mission in order to help the pro-ministry forces that, he gets 2 or 3 scenes. One of them's pretty cool. I don't know if all his powers are in the book. Are they making up powers?
They're definitely making up powers, and no one's using wands for
have
anything.
to, come on.
He's just like, people just walk around and then cool magic stuff happens.
Yeah, okay, because that's how this film is, and that's why sometimes I guess it feels forced. But anyway, because all those spells and stuff felt earned in the previous ones. But anyway, so this guy gets several scenes, and then he's gone. Like, throughout the rest of the film, I don't remember seeing him die. I don't remember seeing him join the evil side. I'm like, what the hell?
He's got a forgettable face. You just don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, he
Well,
did
it's
that.
also 2.5
I was looking
hours
for
long.
him, Joe.
Yeah.
Like, they had to cut something out.
Yeah, so I'm sure there's a 3-hour extended cut of this somewhere, maybe. So yeah, what do you think overall, guys? Fantastic Beasts. Is it worth going to see in theaters? Number one, if you're not a fan, if you're just a moviegoer, and number two, if you're a fan of the Harry Potter universe.
If you're a fan, I would definitely go watch it. I still enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the first one, obviously.
I know you're a big fan, Joe.
Yeah, it gets to me. The lore, the magic, and all like the mystery. I still love it. But as an average moviegoer, you're gonna be confused, and you're not really. There's something better.
Even if
to
you're
watch.
a fan, you're going to be confused because there's constant reveals
more.
of information that they just throw things out there.
Yeah.
And it was really poorly
And
done.
it feels like oh, I'm an idiot. I should have known that. Or does everybody else in this theater know this stuff but me? That's the feeling I get. I'm like, is this in the book? Is this based on the book? You're squeezing. Okay, there's 3 more films plus these 2, 5 films out of the Fantastic Beasts book.
And I think that's too much.
Is that book like this big? Or
It's
is
it's like this.
is that like this big?
and with really, really big font.
So, and I see in the logos just as prominent as Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of Grimace is Wizarding World, right? They really want to push this idea of Wizarding World, and I signed up for my particular wizard because I had this girl wanted me to sign up, so I was like, all right, so to see who I am.
What are you?
Tell us.
I want to know. Are you a Hufflepuff?
Tell us.
You're fucking Hufflepuff, aren't you?
I am.
Hufflepuff.
Guess who I am?
Hufflepuff.
Yeah. Slytherin.
I'm Slytherin. So, but anyways, so no, I love the universe and I love that stuff, but I'm like, is that an excuse to just start creating original pieces that have nothing to do with J.K. Rowling? Is she going to be writing, future ones? And then I realized they don't have to do that if they got 3 more of these damn Fantastic Beasts things coming. But are they setting up the Wizarding World so that they can do that in the future? Do you think that they're going to do more films after the Fantastic Beasts is over?
Oh, for sure.
Then that's why
Yeah.
Someone paid a lot of money for those rights, and they're gonna make a lot of
Yeah.
movies.
you're going to see that Wizarding World.
I just feel
More.
bad because it just.
This was
I
not a
feel
good
like
start.
it's gonna tank.
Well, this
If
wasn't
you
even the
start doing-
start. Like the other one was a start, but like this one was kind of
Yeah.
it was rough.
The other one, like the other one also kind of felt hollow. I didn't really like the characters as much, but overall, I kind of felt by the end that it was slightly above average. I think when we looked at our review, we gave it like a 6 out of 10. And man, that's gonna make this one really hard to rate.
You gave it a 6.
Oh, I
What'd
gave it
you
a
give
6.
it?
I don't know what
I
you
gave the original one 8.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Joe's a
You were-
big Harry Potter
Yeah,
fan,
but he's
and
wrong.
and we watched it with Jacob, who is a massive Harry Potter fan. So we've got the Harry Potter faithful, and then the Muggle who doesn't know what the fuck is going on. I saw the movies. I love the movies, and over time I realized, wow, I really like those movies more than I thought I would. When the Harry Potter craze was first starting, I was like, no, I'm not gonna watch Harry Potter. But I'm like, wow, this is this generation's Star Wars, and it was fucking amazing.
And now we're in the like prequels now, and they're just kind of pooping all over these new kids' childhoods. So like that's where we're at.
Oh man.
Fantastic. Yeah. That's a great comparison. Well, I will say that I think overall, after watching this film, I think the ending ties it up nicely. That's where the freaking tires going. Now we rolling. Now I'm ready. Right? It's got some traction there. But boy, does it spin its tires for the first 2 hours, and I felt a little bit of a rocky start, at least for me, at a 6 out of 10 with the first film. So I'm ready for the third one. This makes me excited. This film made me more excited for the third film than Last Jedi did for the last film in the Skywalker, legacy. You know what I'm saying? So I'm actually more excited for whatever they're gonna title this next one. And you guys don't care no more? With Joe,
You go
he
first.
he cares. I mean, this movie.
give me a final verdict too.
The problem with this film is the first 2 hours are below average. It's really pretty. I really love the universe. I read all the books. I saw the movies, and I really enjoyed them. And this felt like really lazy storytelling. There were just unnecessary scenes where they have characters explaining what's happening because they have to, because they've done such a poor job telling you who these people are, why I should care, and then they're just going, oh, by the way, you need to care about that guy because he's so-and-so, and this is important. And there was a lot of times where that happened. Yes, the last half hour of the 2 hour and 30-minute movie was pretty good, but that doesn't mean that I think they're going to keep that momentum, start off where they ended here. I think that they're going to restart with a new movie, struggle through the first half, and then hopefully we get another, like ending like we did here. I would say this one's hard to rate because there's a lot of parts that are bad. Like the storytelling is like 3 or 4 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree with that because I mean it's like, here, look at this magical thing. Here, look at this wizarding thing. Here, look at this creature thing. Here, we're in this underground area, and then cut to all of us up atop, facing the cat beast, and we're all doing something different now. And it's like, what? How did you get there, and why are you doing this? Oh, because we need a little bit of a conflict. We need a writing sequence. We need this sequence. We need this and that. It feels almost like it's checking boxes rather than having a compelling story to tell with coherent scenes from the next to the next. Now, like I said, that third act, it gets it going. It knows where it's going, and it gives Johnny Depp makes a powerful speech. And it gives a good reason why there's going to be, because I never thought in the original Harry Potter, the death dealers, and why the fuck would you follow this guy? There's no, maybe you're seduced by dark magic and you want power and stuff, but it's a much weaker excuse when you're trying to get the entire wizarding world on your side. These are reasonable people who consider themselves a little bit higher than normal humans and that kind of stuff. So it's a compelling sort of idea that, and I think this villain works, and so that's what I think saves this film is Johnny Depp's character. When I thought that, I was like, I'm sick of Johnny Depp. I really don't. I mean, I'm not saying that Johnny is the only one that could play this character, because honestly anybody can play this guy. I don't think it was Johnny that really made him work. I think it's the idea, and what he has to say, which So.
Yeah, his scenes were written really, really well, and I think that kind of pulls it back, because where the front was 3 or 4, the back was maybe 6 or 7, and so the real average falls kind of halfway between. It's in the 5 or 6 range. And I think this movie isn't as good as... I like the first one. I think the first one was probably... I didn't rate it with you guys, but I'd probably give it maybe a 7. Okay. It's certainly enjoyable. Yeah. I don't know if I'd go and sit down and watch it a bunch more times, but I could see 7.
I was so disappointed by that first one, even though I thought it was slightly above average, because it could never live up to Harry Potter. It was a little rough on it. Yeah. I gave it a 6. So 6, 7, 8 for the original film. What would you give this one?
Since we don't do half scores, I'm going to round down and give it a 5.
That's right. Good man. We don't do half scores here.
No half
5.
5 out of 10.
All right. Well, I'm going to agree with you guys. We're in the middle part. Not the rating.
Not the 5.
I was like, no, not the rating. With the middle portion of the movie, yes, the tiles were spinning, but I did like the beginning. Kind of showed the world and everything. That's what I liked about Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts. And the third act really got it going. But I wanted to see... like an ending to this one, kind of, because like after you said there's 3 more movies coming out.
Yeah, Joe.
That's a lot.
There was no.
There's too much,
right?
Especially for that storyline, the main storyline. That's too much.
Well, see, I don't know the book. I don't know.
After this third one, yes, I will go see it, but I'm kind of hesitant. I'm gonna give this a 6, though. I still enjoyed it. Though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you didn't like it as much as the first. Okay. Man, this one's a hard one for me, because I like the third act of this film better than the first movie completely. You know what I mean? But it's the first and second act that I thought was meandering and just fan service and playing around. It's like, stop jacking around. Let's go. Let's do some shit here, you know? It does set some plot lines up. It introduces a few characters, and it's got a twist sort of at the end. And I wish they would have sprinkled in more hints so that smart viewers and can kind of guess what's coming and who this person is and who that person is. It's sort of like those little things they were doing in Harry Potter, like who is Tom, and all this stuff. But they do it here and they don't really sprinkle anything around. So by the time the reveal comes, I'm like, oh shit. But wait a minute, that's kind of cheap.
But I don't care about any of this right now.
Right. It should be way more impactful than it is. And granted, it is cool as fuck, and I can't wait to see what they do with it. But then when Joe just talking about it now, he's like, there's 3 more, and I don't know how they're going to stretch this. That made me realize, although I said I'm excited.
It's not going to be for a while, though.
Right. Maybe I shouldn't be excited because it's not like everything's coming to head on that 3rd film. I was over here thinking that maybe it's 3 movies. It's a trilogy. But no, I read it's like there's 3 more of these things. I'm like, no, I got to wait all the way. And then are they going to take that final film and split it into 2 like in Harry Potter? I'm going to be like, all right, fuck this. I think your average fan is going to go see this no matter what because there are Harry Potter freakazoids. And I want to be one. But I feel like
there's a lot of Easter eggs for those people. A ton. There's a ton of characters from the original books that get mentioned and are actually kind of big parts of this film. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, man, his
Spoilers.
character. Well, is it a spoiler? It's not really a spoiler because I don't say what he does or how he's involved, but to a person like me, that character's inconsequential.
Yeah.
He literally does nothing. I guess he does something a little bit, but hopefully he's going to factor in more into these other 3 films. But you see, that's what we were talking about with the characters and things like that. And that's why we think this film has some problems.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, I think that this is probably one of the worst. I don't want to say worst because I was entertained, but it doesn't feel up to the level.
You were visually
of the
entertained, but not like plot-wise.
Visually entertained, but didn't give a real shit until the very end.
Do you remember Order of the Phoenix at all? Like,
man, it's been a while.
I think this is the worst Harry Potter themed movie that we've ever gotten.
Okay, yeah,
and
because that one was rough.
Yeah.
In the original Harry Potter series, there's obviously. I got to think about which one I really like. But, yeah, so I agree with that statement. That's what I was trying to say, is that I think this is not up to the standard, and this may be the worst one. Now, these things are held to a high standard, so that doesn't mean it's a bad film. It just means that it doesn't have the magic that the other films have, in our opinion. I'm sure you're going to get attacked by Harry Potter fans, but I don't give a shit because here at the Angry Joe Show, we give you, we'll fight you. Stupefy. Yeah, it's great, Joe. I need a fucking wand. I need to buy myself a wand because I love this universe.
I have one in my house.
But that's the point I was trying to make. Let me give you my final fucking rating, damn it.
Whose wand is it?
Go ahead.
I want to know whose wand it is first.
I made my own wand.
Joe, you're a true fan.
Yeah, we went to a wand making class.
Oh my gosh! at Harry Potter Wizarding World?
No, it was at some class that we did for.
In like Austin?
Yeah.
You gotta bring that shit. I can't believe you didn't bring that shit for the review so I can hold it here for the fucking thumbnail, Joe. Now what am I supposed to do?
I don't know. Just go get a stick.
Great. You want to get a stick out in the dark from night? Yeah. Fuck.
I got a screwdriver.
Whatever. All right. So Joe, your rating was a what?
Mine was a 6.
He was wrong at a 6.
Okay.
No.
So my I mean, yeah. I was already thinking an average film because I think it does half of the things right and half of the things wrong. In the first and second, how can it be half if I only enjoyed the third act? Well, because there were some whimsical things. It was visually appealing. There were the wizarding powers.
And that's what got to me.
And that's why, I think that it brings that part up a little bit. And then the third act is great. So you got yourself half right, half wrong. 5 out of 10, an average film, and one that you're just going to quickly scan through when all these films are out so you can get to the next one, the big battle, which is probably going to be postponed and then
for 3 more
postponed,
movies.
and then finally we'll get it unless they split it into 2, and then it'll be postponed, and then we'll get it. Right? So I'm starting to lose. It's weird because I'm starting to gain steam and lose steam at the same time. So I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, that's our opinion without spoilers, as much as we can tell you. Now we'll dive into the nitty-gritty here in the spoilers section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.